So guys, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much. And Dr. Toni, thank you guys so much for coming on this Sunday evening. I know many of us are very tired, hence my glasses. My eyes are tired, and it's just been a very long weekend. But I just want to thank you guys so much and honor you for coming on basically to come and learn, to come and be inspired, by our amazing guest speaker this evening. But just a couple quick announcements. Tomorrow we start. It's a brand new month, guys. So excited! You guys did so amazing in May. We helped over 350 people easily in May, with everyone just kind of just really sharing themselves authentically, sharing their light, sharing who they really are, and just being that example of wellness for our community, sharing our tools, showing how exercise is so important, especially with stress reduction, especially with so much going on, making sure people are eating well. That's so important for keeping mental clarity and energy, again, with so much going on. And so again, just maintain that for this month. We still have the same specials going on. Tomorrow we have our challenge getting started. So if you guys have any questions for that, put them in the chat. I'll be happy to answer after, but I just want to make sure we honor Dr. Toni's time, given that she's given it to us so graciously. So with that said, what I'd love to do is just introduce you to Dr. Toni. I'm going to read a little bit of her bio. Many of you already know her from before. When I told them that you were coming, everybody was like, what? Oh my goodness, I can't wait to hear from her. I can't wait to see how she's doing. They're like, oh, I remember her. How is she doing? So just lots of love, from those who were on the team, back when you were on as well, and very active, an active part of our community, which you still are an active part. Everyone's always remains an active part, an active lover of our products. So Dr. Toni Haley, aka Dr. Toni, is a best-selling author, speaker, and certified executive coach for high-performing women. She's also the founder and CEO of Soar to Excellence Coaching. Dr. Toni is sought after by her clients for her 25 years of experience in finance, healthcare, and wellness. Her proven strategies have helped hundreds of women break through personal and professional barriers such as perfectionism, martyr complex, and imposter syndrome. As a TEDx speaker on YouTube or in live presentations, Dr. Toni's high energy, which I know you guys will feel today, and charisma inspire others to take action. Through grit and resilience, she successfully pivoted her from career burnout to physician and nationally recognized coach. She is a passionate advocate for women and community volunteer for several organizations, including Girls on the Run International. Dr. Haley has committed her life to empowering others to achieve greater prosperity and fulfillment beyond success. So just so amazing, Dr. Toni. And I'm going to let you go ahead and take it away. And you have all of our attention. I'm going to unmute you here. Oh, are you muted? Not yet. Let's see. There you go.
Good evening. I was excited for this opportunity to come and say hi, Mama. Mwah. She's always first. I'm so sorry. Mom is always first. She's the queen of the tribe. She always will be. I don't care. Steph, Luke, secondarily, love you. And of course, I see all my other well-known to me, all of those summits that we've attended together and sweated together. But, today I want to come on the invitation of Stephanie to really have a real talk session. The world is burning. The world is falling apart, and we could easily all be somewhere else. We all could be making excuses because there are real problems in the world and distractions in the world. But I came here not because of everything she just said, but because the secret to my success is all my failure. And I don't think everybody puts that out there, and I don't think it's in my bio. But it's failure that is my secret weapon, and I want to share with you that everything that's ever happened good in my life is because of something that went very, very wrong. When you look out the window, when you turn on the news, When you see what's happening in the world, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of people hitting rock bottom right now, and I have experienced this more times in my life than my skin will show you. You won't guess my age, but my experiences have been devastating. As a child, I was not allowed to be distracted by the noise in the world because I had lost my mother in a car accident when I was 3 years old. My father said, it doesn't matter what is going on out there. It doesn't matter what they say to us. We have to be successful in this world because sacrifices are being made for you. So it doesn't matter that there are protests outside the window. We still have things that have to be done in this house because we have goals and they haven't changed. We have things that we want to achieve in this life, and that doesn't change. And I know all of you here today, there's a reason why you have set goals for yourself and you're willing to work for them. When I became a physician, it wasn't because that was my lifelong dream. Yes, it was. But I had given up on that dream. It was because of a major recession that I pivoted. I looked on the news one day and all the jobs were gone. The bankruptcy rate had soared. The unemployment rate had tripled overnight. And I lived in the middle of Detroit with all of these people being laid off. And guess who worked with their benefits? Me. So guess who lost a whole lot along with them? Me. I had lots of appointments, but I wasn't really able to get the traction I had been able to get before. So I had to make a tough decision. Do I keep staying where I am doing the same thing, or do I pursue my dream? I didn't really have much to lose at that point, but it felt devastating at the time. So that's two major losses in my life that propelled me forward. And I want you to see these terrible, stressful times as an opportunity to turn your attention to what you could be doing differently. The less you have to lose, the more likely you need to go on ahead and go for it. You have dreams, but you're talking yourself out of it. How many times have you talked yourself out of something this year? How many times? Go ahead. I want you to put it in the chat. No, put it in the chat. How many times have you talked yourself out of all? You're like, oh, this is not the right time. Oh, I'm so afraid to go forward now because this bad thing has happened. 5 million. Exactly. That's honest. That's so honest. At least 4. So many times, 4 specific times you can think of, a whole lot, more than I can count. So many, too many. Too many. Hannah said too many. I know that's right. 10, 3, probably 5. It's real. The struggle is real every single day, so many times. But do you still deserve it? That is the real question. If you still feel like you deserve to be joyful, happy, and financially stable, it's time for you to realize one thing. If you don't have multiple streams of income, you are at risk. Do you understand that? When my mama died, the reason my father wasn't completely devastated immediately is because he focused on getting ourselves situated. He had multiple streams of income. He established those. Anyway, people said, oh, you're not going to be able to buy a house at 25. My father was 22 when my mother died. They said, you're not going to be able to do this, this, and that. He bought a house at 25 years old, first house. We still own that house. We still collect rent on that house. I am 45 years old. We are still collecting rent on that house. And Google moved down the street. What? If he had not had the foresight as a 25-year-old man to hold on to that property and put it out there, do you know the property has only gone up in value, and he had to hold on. Yeah, I know, right? I got good dermatologist. But I'm sharing that with you because if he had been too quick, he could have sold it off. But Google moved in maybe 5 years ago. Property's been doubling. Black don't crack, y'all. That's so funny, Asia. But I want you to know that it's the multiple stream of income. My Beachbody income still pays for all the Shakeology in this house. You understand? The residual income is what is the benefit, and multiple streams of income is your secret weapon against recession, against losses, right? So the distracted people in the world, they are over here reacting to everything. And I'm asking you to remember, hold up, this is an opportunity for me to help people pull back from all of the things that they've been eating, doing, self-sabotaging. We've all done it. But I want to ask you, what would a third, second stream of income in your house, even one, maybe this is the stream of income that you didn't have before. What could it do? What would it pay for? What is the one thing you would love for this to pay for? You have to put it in the chat. One thing that would help elevate your quality of life. I'm telling you, I still drink Shakeology every single solitary day. 5 years, 5 years. And all of my coaching paid for it. A family home, the monthly rent, the down payment for the house. That's exactly right. Debt paid off. To be debt free. I like that free word. Utilities, my child care, that's big money right there. The mortgage, more time with my family, my husband, that vacation home, activities for the child. My son needs activities, house payments, rent, savings, and I want to take my husband to Scotland. Look, I want you to take me to Scotland too. Create comfort levels. This is my second stream, and it's changed my whole life. Look at Chelsea. I know, girl, you be shining. I see you posting, winning, more diamond. Every time I turn around, congratulations to Stephanie and all of the multiple diamonds on the team. I saw even Luke had just recently diamond up. Second stream, and it's changed my whole life, allows me to live in a really nice place, buy any kind of fun things without stressing the heck out. And I want travel. And most of my life in general, soon I'll be able to pay for a home with no more debt. Annual pass to Disney World, cha-ching. Disney more often and no stress on those emergencies, car and medical. So we all have these dreams. I want to share something. Stephanie, can I share my screen? People think you get somewhere because you haven't failed. It's not true. You get somewhere because you decided to do it anyway. Now, I'm a nerd, so you know I made y'all a presentation because I can't help it. And since she only gave me a little bit of time, but I had to pull out my old HYP tracker. I had to pull it out. I had to pull it out because these are things that I was just reminding myself of the things that are important. But we all talked about why. Why are we doing these things? Like, why are we wanting another stream of income? Some people, this might eventually replace something important. I don't know why this is doing this, y'all. Okay. So we talked about why, and it's bigger than us. And I want you to remember that the things you already put in the chat are one piece of this puzzle, but another piece of this puzzle is yes, you want to go to Disney, and yes, you want to have more savings. But guess what? You have to remember what the benefit will be to the client as well. And I think when you've come so far, you have a tendency to forget to share with them what this lifestyle has done for you. Maybe you have more energy. Maybe your depression, the number one antidepressant that's underutilized is exercise. So I want you to remember what it's done for your life. And sometimes just sharing that, what it's done for you, will help other people to see the value as opposed to feeling like you're selling to them. So I want you to think back to before you found Beachbody, before you found the community, right? Think back to that time. What has the community by itself, just being around positive people, just being on mission every single day, what has it done for your life? Put it in the chat. What has it done for your life to just, before you found us, before you found Beachbody, what was not going well that is now going well in your life? Because this community, confidence, yes. No more negative ass Nancy, no more anxiety. My mental health was struggling. Mom guilt, absolutely. This is what you should be sharing with your community. Your anxiety was off the chain, out of control. Felt like I didn't have a place I belonged. My confidence was low. My self-belief was low. I wanted to die. I cried every day and couldn't leave the house. My purpose wasn't there. My energy wasn't there. I wasn't loving myself. This is life-saving. Do you understand what you're saying to me right now? This community is life-saving. So what obstacles are you facing? Because let's get real here. There's things that are holding you back. And I want you to be honest. You do feel more motivated and more encouraged, but you're more transparent. You were feeling empty and not anymore, right? So I want to say that, hey, y'all, you can see on the screen now. But the bottom line is this. The bottom line is this. Self-love and confidence. That's exactly right. Okay. The obstacles, tell me what you think the obstacles are. What is keeping you from where you want to be right now? Be honest. And I'm looking for a particular answer if you're being 100% honest with me. Because when I was stuffing my face, depressed and stressed, watching the economy tank, watching my 401k lose money every single day, not sure what I was going to do, hoping I got into medical school, I was devastated. And the obstacle I was facing was, man, where am I going to get this money? Wow, this isn't happening fast enough. What am I going to do? But most of it was fear. For me, the obstacle was fear that I wouldn't get what I wanted, fear that it wouldn't happen fast enough, fear that the money would be gone. And I ended up bankrupt. I ended up divorced, bankrupt and divorced. And that was enough for me to reevaluate. But I went on Craigslist, sold everything, and went to medical school because you know what? I had nothing left to lose. Okay. So I want you to reflect. I thought the obstacle was one thing, but I was the only obstacle. And I feel like, God, it was divine intervention. He said, you know what? I'm going to remove these things that are keeping you from your destiny out of your way. So I decided not to look at it as a negative. I decided to look at the losses that I've suffered as redirection. I was redirected. So what's this obstacle? Share with us the obstacle. You. That's what I was looking for. Myself. Finding time is legit. We'll talk about that. I'm a little lazy sometimes. Me, myself, not taking the time, not getting the results, not getting the results. I'm my own worst enemy. I think we all know the finance fear. We're so afraid to invest in ourselves because maybe we failed before. That's happened to me. Has that ever happened to you? You're afraid to invest in yourself again because you failed in the past. It can stop you. It can make you feel like you're not going to get where you want to go. But we've decided that being debt free and having passes to Disney and having a separate stream of income would be liberating. So we're going to overcome that. So I'm going to ask you to be honest with yourself. Some of y'all need to get your journal. We have 3 or 4 or 5 of those suckers. Why don't you go and pull that sucker out and be honest with, it's true, Anisha, you know what I'm talking about, girl. I see you smiling, it's you. I'm talking to you. You got to get the journal out. And I want you to really just be honest with yourself this week and say, here's the things that are going through my mind that are holding me back, right? Just be honest with yourself. Connect with yourself. Just let all the noise go away and really think about, okay, I'm in my own way. What could I do differently? But I want to ask you all a question. Who do you think buys from you? Who do you think buys from you? Why do they buy from you? I want to hear from my successful ones. Why do they buy from you? Everybody who's having some success or has sold one product, everybody on here probably has sold one thing, even if you sold it to yourself. Relatable, connection. Yeah, it resonates. I'm going to give you the secret. It's they know you, they like you, they trust you. 3 things. They know you, they like you, they trust you. Know, like, trust. I know that you get taught a lot of stuff in the Beachbody coaching world. But if I had you walk away with one thing in this world, sharing authentically, yeah, they relate to you. But notice I gave you 3 things that you didn't probably think of. You don't want to be running around looking for people to like you. But if they connect with you, they know your values, they know why you're doing what you're doing and what it's done for you, and they trust you, which is what our community is all about here, they will buy from you. They will join you in the community too. So you have to think about that. I had one just come back because you've been consistent, Blair. I've been seeing you, girlfriend, posting, sharing that. I saw it before and after this week. You know, when you're sharing authentically, people feel connected to you. I think it's because they like me enough to try it. Exactly. So if they know, like, and trust, you get a sale, you get a connection, you get somebody raising their hand, you have people asking questions of you. But I need you to keep that vision in front of you. And sometimes it's your personal goals, and sometimes it's how many people do you help get what they want. There's a Zig Ziglar quote that your wealth is directly related to how many people you help get what they want. Notice I said help them get what they want. So you have a tendency, we all do in sales, to think about us, but your wealth and potential is directly related to how many people you help get where they want to go. So you show them the way and you're helping them, but the testimonials are going to get the business, the next repeat person. Had one come back. I think it's because they like me. I had a friend previously buy from a coach and tell me she wished she had signed up with me because she sees my consistency and connection with the team. So the vision that most people have, you have to paint them a picture, y'all. I think you have to, instead of saying product, 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 you have to paint them a picture of before I was in this community, here's how I was feeling. Here's what was stopping me. Here's what I've learned since then. Let me show you what things have even looked like right now and where I'm headed. And don't you want to come? Do you really want to do that alone? Most people, the answer is no. People are lonely as all get out right now. You better tell them, come with me, girl. Come with me. We can do it together. So after you evaluate all the stuff, like take a breath. I know you're stressed, but you just need to improve a couple little things. It's little tweaks. There's just little things that you can improve. And honestly, if you remind them of, here's where we're going, here's where I'm going, would you like to come? If you tell somebody you're going to Bora Bora, would you like to come? They're going to say, mm-hmm. Show them where you're going and how far you've come, and they will want to come with you probably. So you're going to have to write this stuff down. I think the concern I have is that a lot of you guys are not sharing. I did. So Stephanie is putting a very important point up there. She said, I came on. Guess what Stephanie was doing? She was posting about her preparation for her trip around the world. She was posting outfits. She was I'll remember those posts like yesterday. And honey, I followed her all the time. She's posting in China. I follow her all around the world. Okay. And she made us pick her outfit for the day. I was like clicking every button because who doesn't want to go around the world? Hello. So she talked about it, preparation of the trip. She took us on the trip. She reflected on the trip. Man, she posted about that trip for 2 years. Okay. Because it's life changing, right? So she shared her desserts. I remember she loved Stephanie. I've known her forever, right? So she loves dessert. I know that. And she was like, Morocco desserts are whack. She was so ready to leave Morocco. I don't know why I remember this stuff. But that's how I know, like, and trust her, right? So I know her habits. I know what she likes. This is not related to Beachbody, y'all. But that's the funny thing. I remember connecting with her, writing down the places I wanted to also go, and also making note that Morocco ain't it. So you have to connect with people and get your mind right. Okay. So mindset is obviously, that's one of the things I spend a lot of time on. And the type of people I tend to coach are highly successful at something. But now they're trying to try something new. And typically they're a little overwhelmed with the something new. So it's not like, am I smart enough? But you worry about the failures you've had. You worry about the roadblocks you've had. So most people who are coming to me, they're really successful. They're coming to me to change careers. Done that a couple times. They're coming to me after a relationship has failed. You know, they're coming to me after they got a bright idea about something they want to build. So they don't feel as confident with this new thing as their day job, if you will, or as confident as their first career. And now it's the transition time. right? I didn't feel as confident when I was getting divorced or I had lost everything. I didn't feel that confident. So mindset is an issue. And sometimes we have a very fixed idea about how things should be, right? We're very fixed in what we believe should be happening right now. So one example would be a fixed mindset is someone who thinks, well, they just are talented. Have you ever been on like a sports team and somebody was rocking it out? They were just really killing it. They were captain of the team. They were really, really talented. I'm not good at soccer, okay? We had to play soccer in school. And there were always a couple people. I remember Rebecca Scafidi. I don't know why. But she was really, really good. And we were good at sprinting. We both were great sprinters. But when they put that ball out there, I was clumsy, y'all. I couldn't do it. And I'm like, well, she's just more talented than me. But you know, Becky was a nice girl. So she helped me improve my ball handling skills. She was like, it's a couple tricks I can show you. So she was more talented, but I also was able to develop the skills with practice and attention. And since we were going to be forced to do super sport in school anyway, we might as well go ahead and learn something, right? So cheerleading and tumbling, honey, I was a cheerleader, but I wasn't no tumbler. And that's why I dislocated my shoulder. See, sometimes you do need to know that that ain't for you. But in general, you can learn to develop a skill. So if you're telling yourself, I'm just not good at something, this is a problem because you can always develop from where you are, no matter what. So what you say to yourself is the most powerful thing you can do. So when you're feeling stressed, when you're feeling overwhelmed, don't speak that into the universe. You ain't got to tell nobody. Your job is to speak power over yourself. I am capable, right? I can learn anything, which is true. If you put your mind to it, you can learn anything. There was a time when you couldn't and a time when you could. If I believed what people told me when my mom passed away, this is little me. This is little me. Does that look like me? But if I believe what people told me, right, when my mom passed away, I was in the car. It was a motor vehicle accident, and I was in the car. They called my daddy and they said, you need to come to the hospital. And when he got there, they said, there's your daughter. There's your daughter. He said, where's my wife? They said, you can come and identify her body. And everybody around us said, you're going to fail. But I was told every day by my father, no, you can. And you don't need me. And most men don't tell you that, girls. Ladies, they do not tell. My father said, I'm going to make you so capable that you don't need me. And so when I wanted something, he and I would go at it because he would say, you can't. No, you're not allowed. And I'm like, yes, I can. But he taught me that. And so I would write a spreadsheet and write a presentation and a PowerPoint and convince him that I could. And to this day, we usually don't have those problems, you know, because at the end of the day, I believed in myself and he taught me how to do that. Look, just cautious to crush your soccer player soul. You're good at it. Thank you so much. Yeah, for your first dog, you got to convince people. Your job is to convince people, right? Good looking family. So if you don't think you're in the sales business, you are. Every day I'm convincing Reese Haley what we're having for dinner. Like, no, this is going to be great. You're going to love it. So the only difference between a rich person and a poor person is how they spend their time. Notice I didn't say a gosh darn thing about talent. Y'all want to believe that this person, be honest, whose Instagram have y'all been looking at thinking, I really don't have it like that? Stephanie has a beautiful Instagram. I think I stopped following it a long time ago because I was just not going to be able to live up to that standard. Like I was okay with it. My clients still showed up. So soldier, husband on each kid. Go Irene. But honestly, if you're telling yourself it's talent, that's because you're not focused, right? You're not focused. It's how you spend your time, right? Rich Dad, Poor Dad author said this. And I want you to know that it's things you can develop, and most of it's 80-20, right? Y'all have the same 24 hours as Beyonce. And what I know for sure is that, yes, she has a staff, but the truth is you have to decide what behaviors pay the bills. Did you hear me? What behaviors bring return on investment into your household? What you're going to find is that We outsource meal prepping. I supplement with vegetables. I know he likes like asparagus and Brussels sprouts. Like I'll roast them myself because of course I'm gonna kill it. But we outsourced about 80% of our meal prep because it wasn't worth my time. And there's a local farm to table restaurant that does meal prep for CrossFitters and all this other stuff. And we outsourced it. And it's actually cheaper than me going to buy groceries and saves me time. So this 80-20 is we've been doing it for a good 6 months to a year. Well, about 8 months or so, about 8 months. And we figured out that our valuable time was better off spent being a product of the product, right? Working out, taking care of ourselves, getting our rest, and having healthy meals so that his lunch is prepped by somebody, not me. So figure out where your time could be best invested. So track your progress, right? Invite like you're supposed to. Be a product of the product. Get organized though. When I realized how much time I was spending on meal prep, and I was tracking how much grocery money we were spending and how much might go to waste because I was not home or I was busy or I didn't eat everything. When we meal prep, it's all set out. And so we don't waste any food. And so we've actually saved hundreds of dollars a month on meal prep. And the food is really good. And it's fresh and local source, local farm, local everything. So it's really, really good. So your habits are where it's at. And I want you to know that if you're skipping sleep, that's not where you get the time from, ladies. I know that that's what y'all want to do, but I'm not going to allow it. Go, Kim. Look at her. Something for dinners, paying for convenience. Exactly. Paying for convenience is very important because you need to be inviting while he's picking up meal prep. The food is better than mine sometimes, so it doesn't matter. But you need your rest, ladies. I want you to get a routine and a regimen going, but you're going to see a return on your investment. If you have your personal development at the top of the day, it doesn't tend to get interrupted. I want y'all to give me some examples of your personal development that you're doing, please, because I don't think that people realize that personal development is many areas. What do you do to get your mind right first thing in the day? How do you do that? Devotion time, journaling, meditation, gratitude. That's right. Podcasts. Podcasts are a little tricky because sometimes it's like not enough time for you to connect with your thoughts, but I still think it's a better way to start your day than the news. Podcast, prayer, meditation, snuggling with your pug. Gratitude. Exactly. But that personal development time is non-negotiable. Tell me what time of day you're going to do it. Commit right now. What time of day are you doing your personal development? Each person's different. 7, 6, 4:30. That's a commitment. 5:30, 6:30. Yes, exactly. I like to see that you have a set time on the drive to work. I love that because it's efficient for you. Before bed. I love that. Go to bed feeling good. I like that. Your nutrition. Somebody said they're not getting the results that they want. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not getting fitness results, I'm a National Academy of Sports Medicine trainer, certified nutrition. If I'm not where I want to be, it's because I'm overeating. You know, too many calories in, not enough out. Exactly. Right. Luckily, most of these programs come with a meal plan. If you're not getting the financial results you want, be honest, what's in the way? I'm just going to wait for y'all to tell me because honestly, what results aren't you getting? And I know that no business is easy to start, but if you're not where you want to be, you're not drinking enough water, you're not getting enough sleep, and your action steps don't match. And you're here to set an example because you're setting up an organization, right? If you're here, you're setting an organizational example. So you want somebody who is a leader. What do you look for in a leader? Give me 3 things you look for in a leader if you're going to follow somebody. I mean, I was following Stephanie around the world, so it was easy. Easy. Follow her around the world. She worked out every day. She was dragging Luke by the hair. Come on, Luke, dance with me. He was like, you're not as good a dancer as me. She's like, that's okay. Let's do it anyway. He was clowning her at first, but she got better and better. I saw that. Consistency, honesty, positivity. So you have to be the example. Do these things. Be dedicated. Show up. Be loyal. Have confidence. Be consistent. That's right. Here's what I'm going to give y'all the smackdown on this very important thing. No judgment for the crazy questions. That's judgment right there. You're not allowed to say crazy. All questions are good questions because you know what? I'd rather you ask than be a prospect who ghosts me. I would rather you ask me stuff and engage as long as you, take action afterwards. I'm going to ask you all not to isolate. This is a time where social distancing is different than physical distancing. I think we should call it physical distance, safe distance, right? But please, let's stay connected. I'm still connected to y'all. You don't see me all the time because I'm busy as all get out, but I'm still doing my stuff I'm supposed to do and taking care of y'all. Stephanie's like, come over. Sure. Because it's still my people, right? So don't isolate because there's a danger in doing that. Let's talk about posting really quickly because I know I'm supposed to be on a schedule. People would be drawn into this photo when I would post. I'm giving you some examples of social media posts that I've done that were really high engagement, right? So people were drawn into the picture, and then I talked about my divorce. I was like, this is the remarriage, honey, that first one. I didn't talk trash on my ex-husband. I just said, I thought after that terrible time in my life that I would never find love again, right? Here's what I lost. Here's what I thought. Here's the things that went downhill for me in the time frame between. And here's what I did to get back on track. And by being consistent, by taking care of my health, I was able to get myself together, right? So I was drawing them in with a picture that they thought was going to be about love, but no, it was about tragedy, honey. With my cousin, people followed my wedding journey, like they followed Stephanie around the world. They followed my wedding preparation journey. And so my cousin was my only, attendee. She was my maid of honor. And she died of breast cancer. And some of my clients have come from my breast cancer stories about her and the journey of her treatment and losing her. It was very terrible for us as a family. She's older than me by just a few months. We were close, like sisters. So people would follow that journey. They knew how much I cared about her. They watched us go through the wedding. And then when she got cancer and died a few months later, people were devastated with me. And so I just want you to know, like, sometimes you're just sharing your honest truth, your honest story. And people just feel connected to, oh my gosh, I know someone who's a cancer victim or survivor or whatever, right? Be relatable, right? So when they see you already fit, so Stephanie, she's super fit, she's bouncing around, and you're not fit. And you're feeling some type of way about this high energy person who's coming at you, telling you, let's go, Sometimes you have to remind them, honey, I was you. I was there. And sometimes the outside doesn't match the inside. You use what you have, right? But I am able to share that I was you just a few minutes ago. And I've lost and gained weight depending on what's going on in my life. But you walk with them on the journey, share with them on the journey, and most people are very happy with that. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it's probably just the weight coming down on you. And I want you to realize that it's just be consistent in sharing where you are in there. And when you connect with your community, most of the time you're not alone, right? So it feels impossible, it feels overwhelming, but honestly, it's not. This is my book, reprogramyourmindset.com. But you know what I think you guys should do? drtonysbook.com. But I think y'all, if you really want something, I archived this mindset mastery class. It's an audio course. It's free. That way, if you really, hey, I say take the free thing, right? It's an audio class and it talks about your time management. It talks about those naysayers in your life. How many of us, be honest, how many of us have those people who do not agree with what we're doing and they have something negative to say? So maybe you're not a negative Nancy, but there's someone in your life who is, and they're trying to distract you. It's also going to remind you to keep up with your personal development, all the positives. We all have a negative people, and we're about to make a change in our lives. And I want to make sure that you're supported through that. And you have a reminder. So I haven't signed up for my audio course yet. My podcast. I haven't signed up for another assignment, but in the interim, I want y'all to have an opportunity to win, in the meantime. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And follow me on social media. Follow me at drtonymd.com on all platforms. Dr. Toni MD? Do you have any questions for me?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Toni. Let's see if anyone has any questions or comments. We have some time here.
Yeah, doing it for yourself is the way to go. Sometimes it's a spouse or a partner, though. And so that can be a little tricky because you're working on yourself and you're trying to keep the energy in the house light. But when you're spending, investing money into your Shakeology and stuff, what is the 80-20 rule? It's called the Pareto principle, right? 80% of most of your results, 80% of your results come from a few habits. So let me give you an example. Have you ever been really, really busy, but when you looked at what you completed for the day, what you've produced for the day, all you did was laundry and answered some emails, but you didn't do the inviting. You didn't follow up the phone calls and the emails and talk to the people, but you were busy all day. That wasn't high yield. The laundry, you can do that after everybody's watching reality shows, right? You spent the prime time today, during the day, that time where people want to hear from you, you spent that time doing tasks and procrastinating. So what you should do is prioritize things that happen at a certain time, personal development. When do I answer phone calls and emails that are about business, right? Primetime business activities. Did I put my workout? Did I post? These are your high yield 80% that bring you a good balance in your business. But if you just are busy with things that are not, I'd rather you post that you have a kid on your shoulder, one in the nap, on the nap, little blanket down there with, all I could do was grab a shake today because I've got this kid and this homeschool is killing me. I'd rather you post it than do it and hide out. That's the 80-20. Learning how to do both when it matters so that you can interact with your audience. And then when they have interaction questions and comments, you go in there at the right time. If you ignore that stuff, by the time you come in, they're not fired up anymore. You've got to learn when to do it, how to do it, be consistent with it, and stop being so busy doing things that don't matter. Yeah, we all make that mistake, but I think you have to figure out what those behaviors are. And I think Beachbody does a good job of telling you. Here's the 5 things you need to do every day, which is why we have a success tracker, which I looked at before I came here so I can smack you down about the fact that that's non-negotiable. Okay? You're awesome. Thank you. I feel this so much working 40 hours a week in the hospital, getting my MBA at the same time. So that's legit. That takes a different level of skill development. I get that kind of question a lot. Abby saying, hey, this is legitimately a juggling act. I'm not going to try to tell you that doesn't require a skill set that you have to adjust based on what's going on. You might have to adjust that every month. So that's where I usually do consultations. Like if you really, really want me to help you, I'll help you. But customization of what works for you and when, you might have to have power hour, micro 30-minute things that you do. Does that make sense? We used to have power hours and stuff where we would just say, well, here 30 minutes, I'm going to do this, 30 minutes, I'm going to do that. You may actually, Abby, you're not going to like this, but you might actually just need to hire an assistant that you train to do some things for you and write it off for real. When it gets to be that complicated, sometimes that's what it takes, is for you to bring in some help. I feel the same way, working full time, working on a doctorate, time management. Time management is self-management. Write that down. Time management is self-management. You have to prioritize what matters right now. If your priority is to just be a really awesome mom, you're going to have to decide what time of day doesn't take away from that. Looking for 20% of the tasks that get you 80% of the results. Yeah, we usually do the opposite. We focus on the 20 because we're scaredy cats. Do you realize that a lot of that is procrastination and fear? You're afraid to invite. You're afraid to call the person. You're afraid to follow up. You're afraid of rejection. Just put it in the box and tell the truth. I stay busy doing meaningless tasks because I'm afraid to do the hard task. Raise your hand. You stay busy doing things that are not high yield because it's safe. That is the truth. It's safer to study than it is to talk to humans. Lots of introverts tell me that. I'm not an introvert, but I get it. My husband is an introvert. Stephanie and Luke are not the same person. Have you noticed? Dude, they are not the same. So you've got to figure out how you're going to develop a skill. Introverts, let me tell you something. Introverts have to go on the why a lot. I want an introvert to tell the group, how do you overcome and do it anyway? Is it your why? Is it your why? Like the reason you're doing it, that you're like, well, look, I'm really helping a lot of people. Testimonials help with this. Does everybody realize that? Do you have a file of your testimonials? Because if you have a file of testimonials, it can be a reminder, and it can help refresh you when you're feeling down. So I keep a file on my phone and in my computer of all the people I've helped and what they had to say about their life being transformed. And when I'm feeling stressed or down, or I'm not sure if I should post, I look in that folder and they're like, oh, my life is so much better. Look what you've done for me, blah, blah, blah. It's your why, exactly. So when you're struggling with, should I do it? Of course, the answer is yes. But sometimes we need a little extra motivation, and it should be a goal bigger than you. Push through, accomplish the goal, and it's the best feeling. Think of the vision. So the why, the vision, what you're trying to accomplish, and who you're helping. Some people have to keep their avatar right there where they're like, this is my ideal client. I am helping her. She's an overwhelmed mom, and I am still one step ahead of her because I've gotten my health under control and I feel a lot better. Remembering why you're doing it is a huge push. I know a lot of people are thinking I don't relate, but honestly, we all have to do things we don't feel like doing it. Get it done, and then when it's finished, I'm on to the next step. You have 6 months left. I want to hear your big goals for the rest of the year. I'm waiting. I want it in writing so that Stephanie will have it to call you out and be accountable. Accountability is like very important. Superstar Diamond, and it will happen. Ariel has been consistent. It'll happen. It's just a matter of time, baby. 2-star Diamond, match my current income. 6-star Elite, moving into a house, going to be Diamond before the end of the year. 2-star Diamond. 1-star qualifying by October 1st. See that? That's a goal because it's time sensitive. It's very well defined, very clear, and you probably know exactly what steps. Diamond by August 1st. 1-star Kristen. Yes. Kimberly, 1-star qualifying. Diamond Jillian. 10-star Dr. Stephanie Burgos by August 26th. What time? Why don't you just put it by 6 a.m.? I mean, why don't you just put a time on that? Diamond, August 15th, Fallon. Diamond within these 2 months. Jessica, take my husband to Hawaii. COVID, be careful. And have reached my goal weight by October. Okay. So y'all are clear on these goals. Stephanie, you need to keep them accountable to that because, and pay for your honeymoon. Congratulations on even having somebody you want to marry. Trust me. Good job. Well, I'm really proud of y'all. If you don't have any questions for me, I'm out of here. But I'm really, really proud of all of you for getting another stream of income, making progress every single day. And I bet you're influencing people that aren't saying anything yet, but they're going to show up at the end of the year or January and say, I've been following you. Look what I've done. People do that all the time. Just be consistent.
Dr. Toni, I wanted, before you leave, and everyone definitely check out Dr. Toni's book because it's amazing. It speaks a lot around, especially the power of your mind. That's actually what I wanted you to just lastly touch upon. Okay. Just the importance of how we say, you have to really shut that like negative Nancy, that mean girl inside of you, even on the days when, because when I think of you, Dr. Toni, I think of just someone who is so resilient, someone who, even when like, sometimes I text Dr. Toni and she's just like, girl, I'm trying, like, I'm just making it happen. Like, I am just surviving. I am, and so that, you know, you are someone who to me is always so driven, and no matter what, even when you're tired, you know, you push through. And I think it's because of your mindset. I think it's your own self-talk and the excellence that you hold yourself accountable to. And can you speak to the importance of that? Because your excellence at this point doesn't come from anyone external to you, you know, that it comes from you. It doesn't come from your husband, it doesn't come from your father. It comes from you every single day saying, no, I'm going to follow through on my commitment. You know, I always believe your word is, you're someone that I know if you're going to do something, you're going to do it no
Yeah,
matter
she didn't even check in to see like,
what.
she was like, oh yeah, I will see you in a couple hours. You know, like she didn't even check in knowing that the world is burning and I'm still going to show up. That's how I roll, right? Um, Let me say this. You're a coach. Everybody here is a coach. I don't care what level you're at. Because the first person you coach out of that bed is yourself. The first person you coached to sign up was yourself. You talked yourself across the finish line to sign up. So the first person I coached was myself. So inside this book is 100 things I flipping struggled with. Struggle bus, okay? I had to affirm myself. No one believes in you until you do. So you can fake it a little while, but then they start coming asking their questions and maybe you start fading back. No, you have to reaffirm every day. So family, happiness, forgiveness, we make mistakes, right? Procrastination, self-love, pity parties, perfectionism. Most of us want to get it right and we don't want to make a move until we do. And that is oftentimes an obstacle ourselves, right? So I had to wake up every day and take 5 minutes for reprogram your mindset and just pick a problem. Self-esteem, right here, page 127, honey. That's something you have to work on every day because there's things that make you wonder if you're good enough. Just because you're successful, you have to pay rent on success every single day. So you don't get to take, I mean, it's Sunday and it doesn't matter to me because every day I'm here to give and serve. It's bigger than you. And you have to remind yourself that these toxic relationships are nonsense and your dreams matter. And setbacks are just ways to, opportunity to learn. If you conquer every single day the habit of spending 5 to 10 minutes just working through affirming yourself, what you'll find out is the noise in your own mind, the noise of others, and the reality that you're living, because you're not where you want to be yet. Affirmations are your answer to not yet. Notice I said yet. It will happen. You don't have to be so harsh with yourself to get where you want to go. Laying back and just being consistent is enough. It's not talent, it's consistency. You misinterpret the road signs and think, this didn't go my way, chances are I made the wrong turn. No, it didn't go your way because you're missing the message. I need you to reevaluate why you keep telling yourself something negative when the world is already working against you. If this is something that you struggle with, get into therapy and quit playing games. It doesn't go away if it's something that's been deep in your spirit for a long time. A lot of times we fight it and avoid it, but the more successful you become, the more you are the only obstacle. And now you feel so exposed because you're out there and people can come with their negative comments and be trolls and say negative things to you because you're visible. It's like being a celebrity. So you're on these platforms and anybody can say anything. The more successful you are, the more visible you are, the more you better do your development, the more you better affirm yourself. I start affirmations 4 ways. I am. This is the bonus round, y'all. I choose. I commit. I forgive. That's the 4 ways I start an affirmation. I am. I choose. I commit. And I forgive. And half the time I'm forgiving myself for screwing it up. For dropping the ball. Dude, I was a banker who was bankrupt. That's dumb. Things happen though, right? I let love get in the way and all this stuff. Honey, I knew better. I can do the math, but I forgive myself for that because I became a physician. It worked out. So I choose, I forgive, and I commit. If you are working on yourself every day and you pick these 100 things that have been in the way, look at this. I flip right open to this. Page 55, negative talk. Evidence is conclusive that your self-talk has a direct bearing on your performance. Zig Ziglar, motivational speaker, sales genius, and author. Be your own biggest fan. Your self-talk. You're the only obstacle. And I feel like Stephanie is trying to give y'all the hint that this community, we can lift each other up. You can lift yourself up every day. And when you do this consistently, people will see it shine through and you will attract what you want. You'll attract money. You'll attract joy. You'll attract joyful people. You'll attract opportunities. People inbox me now. I rarely go out asking for stuff. People inbox me for stuff. Hey, I thought you would be a great source for this or a resource, or, oh, can we pay you to come talk? People inbox you because I've given enough out that the law of reciprocity is people now are coming to me, right? The energy comes back around. Put it out and let it be positive. Exactly. I was attracted to this tribe. Bye. Love you. Bye, Jessica. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Dr. Toni. I'm already getting messages from girls letting me know that they are buying your book right now. They're going
that's awesome.
And I just see all these beautiful comments here and just getting more messages of just people saying this was exactly the message that they needed to hear.
Yeah.
So thank you so very much for taking time. And obviously, everyone, please make sure to, go check out and support Dr. Toni. She's always doing amazing things over on social media. And definitely check out her book again, because it's a really great, book to help you master your mindset. And yes, awesome. Well, thank you, Dr. Toni.
Here's the thing. I just want to say this. I appreciate y'all, but here's what I want to say. It doesn't have to take a long time. It just needs to happen every day. I think we cut stuff out because we feel like it's going to take a long time. No, we need to take bites every single day. Fair enough? Commit. Love you guys. Take care. Talk to you soon, Steph.
Bye.
Bye, Luke. Bye. Bye, Mama.
Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. I hope that you guys found that valuable. I hope that you guys loved it as much as I did. She is amazing. Make sure to check her out and support her. Do you guys have any questions apart from any of this or anything related to the challenge starting tomorrow? You guys can step off as we leave. I just want to make sure that everyone's ready for the next 4 weeks. Are you guys gonna stay for 4 weeks of our challenge? I was telling Bianca, I'm like, the first 2 weeks are always good, man. The first 2 weeks are always good, but it's the last 2 weeks. So I'm gonna tell you right now, stick it out, because I guarantee you there's always this fall through of people who don't come out. And then the last 2 weeks is when the people who weren't in the top, they all of a sudden start overcoming the other people, because they're actually being consistent. Slow and steady wins the race. So I don't know why you other teams are even trying, is what Chelsea said, because my team is ready to take the prize. It's good, guys. It's over $1,300 in the prize pot. And so I hope that you guys are excited about that. And $100 cash prize for the biggest transformation. So I hope that you guys are even more inspired. Yeah, $100. And so make sure that you guys take your before pictures. Make sure you take it with your sign. The reason why we have the sign is so that you can't take some old picture from before when you were 20 pounds heavier or super thin and and we're just we see you, so you can't, you gotta so I'm not even gonna tell you what the 4th week after sign is gonna be, because I can't tell you that either. So definitely. And then you guys I think everyone pretty much just make sure that you guys have all accepted, you're all in the group and connected with your teams.
And review the rules and regulations.
Because notice that it says in order to qualify, you need to be taking a picture with your workout and a picture with your drink. So for all of you who this is going to be a great accountability for you to start taking more pictures, guys, and reuse that. Post those stuff on your social media. We're not saying you take a photo for the group and for the team, for the challenge, post it on your stories, post it on your Facebook. Like, these are all great ways, again, especially if you're someone that's trying to get into the habit of posting, on social media. But just remember, you need to be posting a photo of both the workout and the drink as part of your tracking. And then always keep a lookout for the pop-up challenges, and definitely making sure about that. Let's see, I took mine on the first. Should I retake it again? Asia, if you should retake it if you didn't put the sign. If you have the sign, then you're okay. But you have to have the sign, which says day 1. So just make sure that is good. Team 1, baby, where you at? Yes, I'm team 3, baby. I'm team 3, baby, mom pooch gut. I usually hide, is what Irene said. Okay. So yeah, it looks like you guys are all good. But yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be real. Let me make sure. Okay. Yeah. Everyone, make sure you all do your photos. That's it. That's why I wanted to make sure. Make sure you all, and basically what will happen is that you'll be posting in both groups. You'll be posting, in your individual team bod group and in your main group. And I hope that you guys all saw how to post to multiple groups at once. And so it should be super easy for you guys. Once you go to track your workout or you go to track Shakeology, it has it there at the bottom. If you are in multiple groups already, it will automatically post it to multiple groups. So even those of you who are in your regular wellness challenge, you guys can continue to post photos in there if you want. And it shouldn't be just, extra work for you. Yeah, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed Dr. Toni. I thought she was I was like, we need to get her on the call again for a while. It's been a while since she's been seen within the team. She used to be a big part of our team. She was actually the part of the team that helped us go elite. So that's back in the day. So she was one of our diamonds that helped us go elite for that year. So she was a really big part of our team at that time. So awesome. Any other questions, guys? Anything else? Also, this Thursday, just so you guys know, Thursday the 11th is this week, I believe. Let me just make sure that is this week so this Thursday, Bianca and I, where's Bianca? She's there. But Bianca and I are hosting an opportunity call. Okay, so we're going to be hosting the opportunity call for this week. The next one after this one will be on the 25th. So to my leaders, let me know which one of you wants to help co-host that one. But for the one for this 11th, we will be doing the business opportunity call at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, this Thursday. So you guys will it'll be great. So you'll have me and Bianca, mom of 3, who has a wonderful, beautiful story. So I think it'll be a good, nice mix for our team. And then the only other thing I would say is this upcoming Saturday at 11 a.m., I believe, is on the calendar. And if you guys don't have the calendars, make sure you're looking at the calendars. This Saturday, we'll have our team workout again, another 30-minute team workout. So look out for that. That's going to be something that we'll be doing and promoting. That is one that you guys can actually promote if you want. You guys can promote it as a free workout for any prospects and things. It's great because we stream a workout. So maybe if you guys want, again, to just add more, just to kind of add value to people, try to get them to get a taste of one of the workouts, but make sure, invite people to come work out with us. Yeah, Ariel said, let's try to get over 50 people this Saturday. And yes, June 11th is also the Run Disney Princess registration. So for those of you who want to do that. And then just look out for our power hour. We have to do the power hours for this week, and look out for the calendar for that as well later tonight. Okay, guys?
Were you going to post the recording of this seminar?
Yes, I will. I'll post it in the team page. So I usually post it in the event page, and then I also post it in the main and team page, but I'll upload it right now, as soon as we're done.
Thank you. I think I'm going to watch it one more time.
Yeah, she was awesome. She does a lot of lives, guys. And so definitely check her out. I love her because she's very direct. Has a wonderful story. She's very, just a very direct speaker, and has a really powerful story. And she's funny and entertaining, and she's really, really great. She actually also had a TED Talk. So she had the opportunity to be on TED Talk, for those of you who are familiar with TED Talk. So it's really inspiring. And now she does full-time, wellness and full-time life coaching now for physicians. So it's really awesome to see her story. Actually, yeah, June 16th, for those who are wondering about the June registration, for June 16th. And it's for anyone who is a Disney pass holder, it is actually on the 11th is when. All right, guys, thank you. Thank you guys for coming on, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye.